Hey guys, what's up? This is Off the Mat Wrestling, and today we're going to be doing fan mail. Got a lot of questions just right over here that I'll be answering. So thanks for everyone that's been sending them in. Keep up the good work. I love the fact that the page is growing bigger and bigger. I mean, it's going really good. I have the option to monetize the page through Facebook, just not really into that. But I do love the fact that you guys have been helping out. Also, I shared a link earlier on our page for the new merchandise store. The merchandise store is run by Joseph Mann. We've got a lot of great stuff on there. You guys should check it out. Always help out the page, always help the cause. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get into this. First question comes from Sean Guinness? Guinness? It's not Guinness like the beer. It's got a hyphen in it, so I'm trying to pronounce it right. I'm just going to say Sean Guinness. Sean G, whatever. Hey Terry, thanks for putting on good videos. Thank you. I just had a question. In your opinion, if you could book a match between, not a match, sorry. If you could, he writes really bubbly, sorry. If you could write a card, so that set up matches, between NWA and the WWE, who would you book and why? Wow. Yeah, I seen this in the inbox the other day, and I wanted to answer you, but yeah, it took a lot of time to think about it. And honestly, yeah, I would not do like a super card with the NWA and the WWE. Honestly, only because look how Vince did the whole NWA invasion angle of WWE with Cornette. I had nothing against the angle. Like, I loved seeing the NWA guys on TV again. I really did. The Rock and Roll Express, Barry Windham. I mean, they brought in a lot of guys that, yeah, it wasn't all the NWA, but it worked. Now, would I book NWA against WWE in a super card? No, and I know Brian's probably going to give me shit for this. So is Tim, so is Matt, so is Paul, so is everyone else. But I only say no because I don't think Vince and the WWE could book it right, honestly. But to answer your question, yes, I'll do this just for you, Sean, okay? So never say it off the mat wrestling, let's talk wrestling, that we don't do stuff for the fans, okay? So, I mean, I guess just watched Austin stun Byron. Great Raw so far. Wow, an NWA versus WWE. Oh wow. Obviously, if I'm gonna put Aldis, I still call him Magnus sometimes. Sorry guys, but if I'm gonna, here comes the man to drink beer with Austin. Sorry, watching Raw. If you're gonna take a guy from WWE to go up against Aldis, I know he's gonna be out there. Oh, you should do a champion versus champion match. Shut up. Wow. You know, Aldis can have a good match with anybody. He's proven that. Great technical ability, everything. You know, it can happen. So, and I know a lot of you are like, you know, AJ. If you've ever seen TNA, that little company before it turned to Impact, before Bischoff and Hogan ruined it, hey, they've fought before. I want to go with someone that, you know, all this I don't think has faced in that kind of a caliber match at least. Let's have Nick Aldis put up the NWA title. A lot of people are coming to mind, but I'm trying to think who would be a good match. I would say Nick Aldis versus Seth Rollins for the NWA World Title would be a good match. Nick, you know, he's shown that he can put on a great match with anybody. Seth Rollins is Seth Rollins. He's shown the same thing, so I'll go with that. Also, sorry guys if you just seen. I don't know how the hell I ended up with Poison Sumac when it's this fucking cold outside, but it happens. I haven't been allergic to it my whole life. Just broke out in two little places, and that's what they said it is. So, but yeah, Seth Rollins and Nick Aldis for the NWA title would be the main event. Underneath that, if you will, kind of a second main event maybe. I would want to put the Rockers in a tag team match from WWE. Granted, yes, the Rockers at their age, but yet they still prove they can whoop some ass. I mean, I'll never count them out. I won't. The Rockers in a tag team match with, see, all the Raw tag teams, all the SmackDown tag teams. I ain't gonna put them with the New Day because that won't be wrestling. That'll be more comic relief. I want to see a good match. So, wow. You know what? Kind of a match of the old, if you will, because the Rockers have fought people with this style of tag team wrestling before. I'd book the Rockers against the Revival. Honestly. Well, the Revival, come out and say how they always do their old school tag team wrestling, straight to the point. Tell the Rockers they don't belong wrestling anymore or something like that, and that's how you can work the angle and book it. I would take the Rockers to win over Revival, but I think the Revival and the Rockers would put on a damn good tag team match. I really do. Bro, there's a second match. I'll do 5 for you, Sean. Eli Drake and James Storm in another tag team match against Carl Anderson and Luke Ellis. That would be a bomb-ass match. No joke. I think that could be amazing in a match. I really do. So yeah, Eli Drake and James Storm against the Good Brothers, Carl Anderson and Luke Ellis. So that's a third match. Zinny, hold on a second. Zinny from NWA Power. Put him in a match against. I had this written down. I mean, I'm looking at the questions from everyone, trying to get an idea. Yeah, why not? Zinny against who's that schmuck? Sorry guys, drawing a blank. Long day. Zinny against Andrade. I know a lot of people are like, really? Look at the dynamic. I think it'd be a good match. So yeah, that'd be match 4. Match 5. If you're thinking NWA, this is supposed to be a supercard booking of current, so I'm not going to name people of the past. For the 5th match, honestly, I want to see Tim Storm. I love his work. I love the fact that, he was a teacher and everything else. Tim Storm from the NWA against one person WWE. Like, if you could pick anyone to put him in a match with. I'm not going to say Roman because we all know Vince would be like, no, Roman's going to squash him. We're tired of Roman being shoved on our throats. And Tim's a wrestler. He's not some, two-trick pony. So, I'm not going to go with Roman. Seth's already in a match. AJ, yeah. I'd put Tim Storm and The Undertaker. I know I'm going to get so much hate mail because Taker's old, he's worn out, he's doing this, he's doing that. Yes, Tim is up around that age too, but why not have it. You know, Undertaker, the Phenom, the big badass of WWE against Tim Storm. I think it could be angled right and booked right, and I think that'd be good. So there's my 5 cards for 5 matches for that card. Let me go ahead and get to the next question. Matt, go figure. Good to see you again, bro. Hey, in your mind, why did they split up Jamie Noble and Nydia? Really? Like, that's what you. Uh, Jamie Noble and Nydia, I guess they just split up because Nydia wanted to do her own thing in the women's division, which, as you've all seen, it didn't go anywhere. And Noble went on to win cruiserweight titles, went on to be J&J Security. So, I mean, I think that's why they split. Sorry, Matt, for not answering your question too forward, but I would say they split because they both wanted to do like separate angles. And honestly, Noble didn't really need her. And Noble is one of those guys I always said was highly underrated. He was small. Yes, you know, he did have the cruiserweight title. But he was a good champ. I mean, give the man his due. He was a good champion. Why they split, I would just say WWE booking. Just decided, you know, let them kind of do their own thing. Moving on. Weird question. Kenneth Galdrin out of Phoenix, Arizona. That's actually a nice place. I've been there. And his question is, hey Terry, with the WWE tag team titles and tag team division seeming like they really don't mean much anymore, who would you put the belts on for current champions? Ooh. Ooh, ooh. Current champions. So I'm guessing you mean like from the current roster? I would put the Raw tag team titles either on the Street Profits, because at first I was like, these guys are another like the Raw version of the New Day, like comic relief, if you will. Nothing against Kofi or Big E, because I know they can wrestle. I've seen all their work. I watched Big E in NXT, Kofi, you know, all them years. I kind of thought the Street Profits were just like them, just the Raw's version. But seeing their matches with these top guys now and seeing just, wow, what they can really do, I'm actually glad they moved up onto the main roster. So on the Raw side, I'd like to either say the Street Profits to keep the belts, or the Viking Raiders. Sorry, 36 hours straight just isn't fun. But that would be that. SmackDown side, Heavy Machinery, without a doubt. I know, I'm a dork. You guys have called me before. But Otis and Tucker, they built them up so good. The fans are behind them. I honestly thought they were going to end up winning at Elimination Chamber. Obviously, they did not. But I really think it's time to put the belts on those two. I think they'd be great champions. I think the fans are behind them. I think everyone have fun with it. They'll work with any money. They're big guys, but they can go. Kind of remind me of like Demolition, just without the weirder outfits, I'll say, and the face paint. When you look at Tucker, you look at Otis, you think like Axe and Smash. And that's what I see when I look at those two. I really do. There's a newer generation type of Demolition. I think if they were given the belts and proceeded to be pushed, they'd make hell of a tag team champs. They really would. I've been behind them since they showed up. At first, you know, everyone's like, you know, they're too big, this and that. Yeah, I get it, they're big, but man, the way they move in the ring, the way they can hold them, carry themselves, they're respected by people in the locker room. You know, why not put the belts on them? Vince, if you're listening, put the titles on Heavy Machinery. It's time. So there's that question. Gonna do a few more. Some of them are pretty easy. I had someone ask me about Owen Hart's death. Did I think it was fake? I'm not even gonna give the person's name out. But the question was, do you think Owen Hart's death was fake? How can the man's death be fake when he passed away? I'm thinking you're asking if, you know, it was an accident or not. Um, yeah. I don't speak about that wrestler in particular. Nothing against him or the family. I don't want to be one of the guys that talk about something like that and to where it could be seen like disrespectful. So I'm sorry, but the person that sent this question in, I will not be answering this. I won't be speaking about it out of respect for the Hart family. So go ahead and skip that. Please don't send that question in again. I will not answer it or speak on it on video. Alright, next question. Hey Terry, I've seen some of your old wrestling videos. What would you say was the greatest match you had? Ooh. Um, Thanks. You know, Alex, you've been a friend of mine and a fan of mine for many years. I'm glad to see you switch to this page now. My greatest match ever, I can put in three categories. Biggest financial payout would have been the dark match, non-televised for Ring of Honor. A buddy of mine, William Knox, who was on my Facebook page, he even remembers me in that match and everything else. Did not end up with a contract through Ring of Honor because at the same time I just had the dark match, which is the tryout, if you will. And my ex-wife was in the process of delivering a baby. Luckily, I did make it in time, but we knew it was just a matter of time before she popped. And I decided just to kind of stay at home and help her because there was a lot of personal problems. But that was one of the best financial ones. The other one would have been Windy City Wrestling for close to 2,000 payout. But that was the best financials. Best matches ever. Go back and watch my ladder match with Dustin Dynamite. My very first ever ladder match. It was the most watched of any match on YouTube for an indie company for close to 9 months. So I gotta say my match with... Oh, shit. I'm tired. My match with Dustin Dynamite would have been my best match. Best in-ring work type of match, who I feel most comfortable with and have ring chemistry with. Anytime you've ever put me and the River City Savior, which is my brother from another mother, we've been close many, many years, I think since summer of 7th grade. Matt Cavaletto, who now wrestles as Future. Anytime you put us in the ring together, anytime we've ever wrestled, fuck. We started in backyards as kids, I ain't gonna lie. Worked my way through backyards, paid my way for wrestling training, and went from there. But even to this day, anytime we lock up, it's chemistry in the ring, it really is. So most comfortable would be him. Yeah, that pretty much answers that question. Sorry. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next one, and this will be the last one. Like I said, keep sending in some more. Steve Baldridge. I hope you ain't that fucker RJ dropped on his head in Rigdon Park in Ottawa. Because if you are, I hope he does it again someday. Or come to my face and I'll do it for you. However, if you're not, I take that middle finger back. There could be many others. And you ask, hey Terry, if you had to pick who was the better hardcore champion, Mick Foley or Terry Funk? Foley. By far. Funk never held the WWE hardcore title. Go back in the history books if you don't believe me and look. Funk is known as the hardcore legend, just like Foley. But if you're asking me the greatest hardcore champion, Terry Funk was WCW hardcore champion. Mick Foley was WWE Hardcore Champion. But all combined, Foley was a better Hardcore Champion. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that are going to bitch and piss and moan about the ECW barbed wire match he had against Sabu. Terry Funk did. Everything else. But Hardcore Champion wise, Foley had a Hardcore title more times than Terry Funk. You always have the Hell in a Cell match with Taker. Yes, he wasn't Hardcore Champion, but I mean, damn, the man went flying off the top of the cell. Not jumped onto an airbag table like Shane McMahon has done twice now. But no, was thrown off, went right through a regular fucking announce table, hit the ground, ruptured spleen and everything. Now, I'm a Terry Funk fan. I think he was doing the hardcore style many years before its time. But, yeah, I gotta say, for all of you out there that are gonna tell me it was Terry Funk, I gotta go with Mick Foley. So, yeah, that was the fan mail video, sorry. I hope I answered some questions. We'll be doing another one probably Friday. If not Friday, fuck, there's no night on TV. I'll do it Thursday for you guys. Another thing I wanted to say about, I know wrestling's been kind of bad lately because with this whole coronavirus going around. I just want all you guys to stay safe. You know, think about you and your family. Stay home. I know everyone's running the stores buying toilet paper because for some reason toilet paper is supposed to be the... Sorry, I do know some sign language. I do have somebody right now on camera that's, you know, trying to read my lips, so I'm trying to make it to where they can understand. But since when does shit paper cure the virus? I mean, yeah, the shelves are bare everywhere. The states are getting ready to shut down borders to each state. It ain't looking good for any of us. So please, fans of this page, I want you to stay safe. I want you to remember, look out for your family first. That's what's important. And, yeah, just take care of you and yours. Don't go out and bulk buy everything and, you know, waste a bunch of money. Buy what you need. Stay home. Stay safe. This is Terry Walker from Off the Mat Wrestling. I love you all. Have a good night. Thank you all.